Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we need to talk about something that has shocked many South Africans and has sparked heated reactions across the country. Reports have come out that Jacob Zuma's nephew, who is already serving time in prison, has allegedly committed another crime by killing a fellow inmate while behind bars. This news has raised serious concerns about safety in our correctional facilities, the kind of protection inmates have, and of course, it has added more controversy around the Zuma name. Please make sure you watch till the end so you can hear the sources of this news and verify the details for yourself. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so and stay updated with more news like this. Now, this case is not only troubling because of the crime itself but also because of who is involved. Being the nephew of former President Jacob Zuma, the family name is once again under the spotlight. Many people online are questioning how someone with such high-profile connections could commit another crime while already locked up. Others are asking hard questions about prison management and how such incidents are allowed to happen. If an inmate can lose his life at the hands of another prisoner, what does that say about security and supervision inside our correctional centers? According to early reports, the incident happened after a heated confrontation between Zuma's nephew and another prisoner. What started as a disagreement quickly turned violent, and before wardens could intervene, the situation had escalated to deadly consequences. While details are still being gathered, prison officials have confirmed that one inmate died during the incident. This has understandably left people stunned, especially given that the accused is not just any ordinary prisoner but someone with a last name that carries heavy weight in South African politics. The public reaction has been mixed but intense. Some people believe this shows that crime has no boundaries, even for those who come from powerful families. Others are calling for stricter control in prisons, saying that if high-profile inmates can cause this kind of chaos, then ordinary inmates are at even greater risk. A few voices are also questioning whether Zuma's nephew will face the same justice as any other prisoner or if his political ties will end up protecting him. South Africa's prisons have long been criticized for overcrowding, violence, and weak management. Stories of inmates being attacked, smuggled weapons, and gangs running operations from inside are not new. But when the alleged perpetrator is directly related to a former head of state, it sends shockwaves and adds more pressure on authorities to answer tough questions. If prison is supposed to be a place of correction and rehabilitation, how is it that it can also become a place where new crimes are committed and lives are lost? People are also taking to social media to vent their frustrations. Some are saying that this case highlights how broken the prison system really is. Others are taking a more political angle, pointing fingers at the Zuma family and accusing them of being surrounded by trouble wherever they go. It is worth noting that not everyone agrees with this kind of generalization, as many South Africans believe each person should be judged for their own actions, not the actions of their relatives. Still, the Zuma name always draws strong emotions, and this incident is no exception. Another point being raised by the public is whether enough is being done to protect inmates from violence. At the end of the day, even those who are serving sentences still have the right to life and safety. If someone can be killed in prison, it shows serious failures in the system. Some analysts argue that the environment inside South African prisons is often so tense that violence is almost inevitable, especially when you add overcrowding, poor resources, and not enough staff to properly monitor everything. On the other side of the debate, there are those who say that prison is a tough place by nature, and incidents like these, while tragic, are difficult to avoid. They argue that personal responsibility cannot be ignored, and that Zuma's nephew must face the consequences if he is found guilty. As one commenter online put it, a famous surname should not shield anyone from justice. In fact, some people believe it should set an even higher standard, since those connected to leaders are expected to carry themselves differently. For the prison authorities, this case now adds another heavy burden. Not only do they have to investigate the incident properly, but they also need to reassure the public that the system is not collapsing. If South Africans lose faith in correctional centers, it weakens the entire idea of justice. Already, questions are being asked about whether wardens were negligent, whether there were signs of conflict that could have been prevented, and whether special treatment or ignorance played a role in allowing this situation to unfold. What makes this even more sensitive is the political climate in South Africa. The Zuma name has been at the center of corruption allegations, court cases, and political debates for many years. Now, with this incident, people feel as though old wounds have been opened again. Some South Africans see this as yet another example of the lawlessness that they believe has taken root in parts of society. Others warn against jumping to conclusions, reminding everyone that the case is still under investigation and that due process must take its course. As this news spreads, more details will likely come out. Right now, the public is waiting to hear whether Zuma's nephew will be charged with murder or if further investigations might reveal different circumstances. The family has not yet made an official statement, but it will be interesting to see how they respond. South Africans are also watching closely to see if there will be any political fallout from this case, especially since it touches on both crime and the legacy of one of the country's most controversial leaders. It is important to note that at this stage, what has been confirmed is the death of a prisoner after an altercation with Zuma's nephew. The investigation is ongoing, and until it is concluded, we must be careful about the assumptions we make. However, the public reaction already shows how sensitive and serious this matter is. It touches on crime, justice, politics, and the safety of ordinary people, even inside prison walls. Now, to lighten things just a little before we close, I think South Africans are coping with the heavy news by cracking a few jokes online too. Someone commented that at this rate, Zuma's nephew is going to need his own prison inside a prison, just to keep everyone safe. Another person joked that some families just don't know how to stay out of the headlines, no matter where they are. While these jokes might sound harsh, it shows the South African spirit of using humor to deal with even the toughest issues. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more updates like this. Your support helps us continue to bring you the news that matters. Remember to listen till the end of our future videos too, so you can always see the sources and verify the news for yourself. All images used in this video are for illustration purposes only. Sources: SABC News, News 24, Times Live.